Good afternoon and welcome to Avon Lake High School here on the Lorain County Sports Network. As we've got softball after a few rainy days this week, we are now able to get some Southwestern Conference play in here on YouTube. We appreciate you tuning in as we've got the Avon Lake Shore Gals taking on the Amherst Steel Softball Comets. I'm Max Drummond, joined alongside Nikki Fulmer, and we've got our Director of Operations here, Chris, as well as John Guzik on the camera. It's a somewhat beautiful day for spring, even though it's almost supposed to be summer, Nikki.
It is supposed to be. We are only a few weeks away from the unofficial start of summer. We've got some clouds that are hanging around that are just going to pester us throughout the afternoon. But at least it's keeping it nice and cool for the ladies on the field. That's always the one thing that's tricky when it comes to softball. You either deal with cold, rainy conditions, or you're dealing with sweltering hot conditions. There's no in between this time of year.
And what stood out to us is how quickly the season is flying by. And you talk about those conditions they had to play in March, and now we still have them here in May, but just a couple more games to go, about a week of the regular season left.
Yes, and these girls have been working so hard this season and having to battle that because as I was talking to the coach from Amherst just a little bit ago, they were talking about how you get that momentum and then you have to take a couple days off because of the postponements and delays of games. It's hard to keep that momentum going. But it's not just them; it's every team across the county.
Mm-hmm. As the Amherst Comets are traveling in today with a record of 12-8, coming off of a loss to North Ridgeville yesterday, being the away team, they'll be up to bat first as Brianna Blankenship steps to the plate. As Erin Dean will pitch to her from Avon Lake. First pitch is in there. It's going to be a ball to begin with.
Good. A little high, but that was a good eye for her to keep an eye on.
As Erin Dean is a nominee on our Miss Softball watch list as that one goes a bit high and out of the zone there past the catcher. As we have been nominating different players for our watch list on baseball and softball, and Erin's had an exceptional season at the plate and is also one of the three main pitchers the Shore Gals use. She'll wind up here. And that one in there for a strike makes the count 2-1. She resets here. And both teams looking to get on track here ahead of the postseason. That one smacked over to the left field line and will go foul. So after starting 2-0, Erin Dean's worked it back to an even count with a chance to get a strikeout here. As for Brianna Blankenship, she enters the matchup with a .288 batting average on the season in the leadoff role. Pitch in there, just outside, will go to full count. And this can always be a very tense spot, even for the first batter of the game.
It is, because this almost sets the tone sometimes for either how the inning or how the game is going to flow. You feel the pressure from both at this point of the season anyhow, because you are kind of looking ahead towards the end and where are we going to be standing in the playoffs.
Now full count, pitches in there, just high.
Yeah. Not the way that she wanted to start off with a walk. But I don't think Amherst is going to complain, get that lead runner on.
As coming to the plate now for the Lady Comets, that's going to be Sienna Redmond. Another righty. Ball low, and be interesting to see. We see quite a bit of a leadoff in softball typically, but neither team really all that compelled to steal too often.
You're absolutely right. However, sometimes when you're in a certain situation, when you have no outs, you almost want to start maybe something. I don't know necessarily in the first inning,
right.
But definitely keep an eye on that with these girls being a little bit more aggressive on the bases today.
So first two pitches, both low, so 2-0 count here for Redmond. Watches that one come in for a strike. So it almost feels like Erin Dean's feeling out the batters here in these first couple pitches each time.
First round you normally do. You got to feel the pitcher out as a batter.
Wind up in low, and
Good
the runner
eye.
will go. Heads up play there by the second baseman, Addison Dunleavy.
Yep.
That almost went to the outfield.
Yeah, good stop there to be behind and back up.
As Brianna Blankenship logs a Stolen base right there. At a 3-1 count here. Dean's windup goes, and runner was going, and she had to pause for a moment, but that gets down.
Just to make sure.
And they're going to hold runners at the corner, but a heads-up play that time, as we're going to see the runner.
Sienna takes second on the throw into home, which is very common because they want to stop that runner over at third from advancing any further. You definitely don't want to be scoring right off the bat. Let's keep them at bay. A little bit more tougher of a situation for our pitcher with no outs.
Good communication there between Redmond as well as base coach John Rossitano. Now pitches in, and that'll be just, no, they're going to say that'll be a strike that time. As stepping in for the Comets, that's going to be Leah Sprague. Here comes the pitch, low, as it'll be a 1-1 count.
Hannah Webster is catching today for the Avon Lake Shore Gals, and she's got a little bit more of a job on her hands with having the second and third occupied. Having that runner right there, she's got to be a little bit more on guard and stop that ball from getting past her.
And she's done a good job at that. After
she's doing fantastic.
The first batter, we saw one go by. Since then, she's been able to corral each of them.
Yes.
Now 2-1 count here for Dean. Pitches in, belted to left field, and they're going to say that's fair ball. So 2 runs will score for the Comets. Throw to the relay. Not in time to stop any of the scores, and we got a stand-up double right there for Leah Sprague. As the ump will take some time there to clean off the plate as 2 will score. Now stepping in, McKenna Dorbeck, the senior. We'll see a strike come in first as Amherst has jumped out to a 2-0 lead here early in the top of the first inning. Erin Dean looking to recover on the mound here. A pitch fouled back. And that may be not a souvenir. Oh, nope, it'll stay in the field. I was concerned that would go into the woods that time.
Well, that's what you bring the little siblings around for, to watch. They actually go and chase those foul balls for you.
They use up that energy.
Nice, that was a nice change-up.
Taking advantage that time is Dorbeck, and she's going to get all the way to second, and in to score is Sprague.
Yeah, she was definitely on that, but that was a great pitch by Dean.
So now 3-0 in favor of Amherst. Stepping in next will be Karina Schuster, also the pitcher for the Lady Comets. We've got a meeting at the mound here at the moment as they try to get things under control. Still looking for that first out here in the first inning. And Amherst doing a great job jumping out here. A road matchup, you never know how that can affect the team, and they've done a good job grabbing some momentum. Now Dean is ready. She'll step in as the Schuster. That one fouled back, 0-1 count. And for the last 3 batters, Amherst has had runners in scoring position. Adds a little bit of juice to your bat, I'm sure, if you're at the plate. That one low, and we're going to see a steal that time from Dorbeck as she'll get into third safely. That's something that stood out here in this first inning. They've been very, not only aggressive, like you said, but smart on the base paths.
Yes. You always got to keep your eye on where that ball's at, even when you're a base runner.
That one will get down to the shortstop. It will score a run. Close play. Umpire will call out. So we'll get our first out of the inning, and that makes it 4-0 on the sacrifice hit that time from Schuster. So we'll see if that first out of the inning gives a little vote of confidence to Dean and the rest of the Shore Gals. High pitch that time. Get to the backstop and make it a 1-0 count. as it's right now Morgan Limer, a freshman, stepping in to bat for Amherst. And we'll have a mound visit now from Coach Webster. He wants to just assess what's going on out there. And also, you got those timeouts. You got to use them. Don't just leave them in your pocket the whole time, right?
Right. Even though it's only the first inning, but sure, you never know. But sometimes coaches just do that just to kind of give them a breather, kind of get them refocused on, especially after already being down 4-0.
So mound visit is finished. Aaron Dean will get the reset here in the top of the first. Stepping back in will be Morgan Limer, facing an 0-1 count with 1 out here in the first from Avon Lake High School. That one just gets in.
Just gets in.
Is near the top of the strike zone there, so 0-2 count here for Limer. Dean with the pitch. And that's almost a nice frame job there to get it back into the strike zone, but they'll say just wide.
That's one of the talents that a lot of catchers you'll notice at this level, even younger. That's one of the things that they focus and teach when they're working in practice, camps, throughout the summer, getting them ready for each season with catchers, is learning how to frame. Bringing that ball back in without looking like they're bringing it back in. It's almost like a backdoor secret to softball.
I'm sure pitchers greatly appreciate that.
Yes, they do.
That one goes just wide, and it's going to be ball 4. So Limer will head to first. And a tough break there for the Shore Gals as they saw an 0-2 count to start that at-bat. Up next here, it's Kayla Rhodes for Amherst. With a runner on first, 1 out. Swinging, going just foul there down the line, and we'll reset. As Kayla Rhodes will get back into the batter's box and reset here. With a .250 average on the season for the junior Comet. Pop up right to the pitcher. Dean calls for it. She'll get it. Almost had a chance at a double play.
Yep.
Could have seen that aggressive nature on the
Erin on
bases.
the mound. She's got a great change up there that I've been watching. And these girls are almost on it, but they've gotten an out each time.
Now continuing through the order, Gloria Caserta is up next here. She'll take a ball, 1-0 count. That's something that stood out throughout these at-bats. Whatever the first pitch is, it doesn't exactly define the rest of the at-bat for Dean.
No.
This one right to first base.
Nice.
Secured and gets the out. So we come to the end of the top of the first inning here. Amherst jumping out to a quick 4-0 lead. back here from Avon Lake as the Shore Gals will look to cut into this 4-0 deficit here early on, as we're very excited to be out here and be able to cover a game this week after missing a few opportunities earlier this week.
Yes.
Pitch just a little bit high there for Schuster. And the junior pitcher starts the game with a 1-0 count. Brianna Webster up first for Avon Lake. Aggressive there, and it goes right to the third baseman.
So nice hustle down.
As that one's coming our way, and it'll go just wide, and good hustle there by Webster. I guess that's something we'll have to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to ourselves keep an eye on the ball, but yeah.
Right there, Webster getting the
sure.
Infield single.
Yes, and Rhodes, our first baseman for the Lady Comets, getting that ball.
As well as a steal attempt, and the ump will say that one is out, so caught stealing. Great throw that time. The Comets get the first out of the inning. That was a very heads-up play to get the first out. So stepping in, back in is Mary Sue Satima, lefty. That one fouled off. So we're at a 1-1 count here. So everybody resetting now. Officially good to go here. Schuster lets that one go and in for a strike.
Is this our first lefty that we've seen at bat today?
Yeah, that's a good point. As we otherwise have been able to breathe easy now if we get an early swing.
Yeah.
But that one's right on time, going to left center. Back for Amherst and running into the wall, still holding on. What a catch that time by Redmond. Sienna Redmond there. that some great track speed. We saw some track athletes practicing earlier.
I know.
Maybe the Lady Comets could do that because that was a lot of speed on display.
She never took her eye out. She even had to turn for a minute just to make sure that she didn't run into the fence. But sometimes when you have to turn back, that fence comes to you a lot quicker. She did a great job hustling and getting that ball.
So now 2 outs, and Carmen McMinn will step to the plate. Schuster pitched yesterday, so we weren't sure if we'd see her today, but she's right back out there. That'll be a ball. And it'll make it a 1-0 count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Amherst holding a 4-0 lead. Pitch in there, and she has got some heat on those fastballs, Nikki.
She sure does. It may take one round through the lineup in order for these girls to kind of time up the pitcher.
That one.
Oh, another changeup.
And both pitchers
she wanted a piece of it, too.
Both pitchers have been strategic with that here so far.
Nice mix on both sides for sure.
So 1-2 count. Schuster back in low. Evens it up at 2-2. And in this matchup last time, it went the way of Amherst as they were able to get a mercy rule victory earlier in the season. That's a pop-up. That's coming right near us, but it should stay in the field of play. And that's a catch for out number 3 right along the foul line there by Kayla Rhodes.
Rhodes definitely getting her workout in today on the defense.
So that'll bring an end to inning number 1, 4-0 in favor of Amherst, as they'll be at the plate when we come back here on the Lorain County Sports Network. Back here at the top of the second inning at Avon Lake High School, as Amherst will step to the plate here. Low pitch, 1-0 count to start this inning. As up to the plate is Haley Cleaver for Amherst. Cleaver, just a sophomore, but has been able to appear in 16 of their 20 games so far, as that one's fouled behind the backstop. And I think that's what's kind of stood out to me is impressive about their lineup is that they have a great mix of a lot of underclassmen, but also a few upperclassmen as well. It's a good balance to have.
It really is. Yeah, I noticed that there's 3 freshmen, 2 sophomores, and they're only 2 seniors. So they're only going to be losing 2 of the girls this season for next year. But I do know that they have a whole lineup of girls that are going to be coming right and filling those spots up beautifully for them next year.
Not to mention that junior class, a lot of them have been playing for multiple years, including
Yes.
Schuster,
Yes.
who will be back on the mound next year. I'm sure Coach Lacey Reichert is ecstatic about that. So 2-2 count here in the top of the second. 4-0 Amherst. That's a high pitch, so it'll be a full count here. And we've seen Erin Dean, pitcher for the Shore Gals, face with that a few times as she'll take a moment to reset. Now she's ready to go, as we do have some raindrops falling. And as that happens, we'll see a nice extending grab there. Great job. As that's going to be the first out of the inning. Carmen McMinn on the catch. And that's always a satisfying thing there to help out your pitcher, especially after how their first inning went.
Yeah.
So now we'll reset here and another changeup.
Oh, now that's one that she was looking for in the first inning of those just landing right in there, kind of tricking the batter a little bit, thinking that they're going to get a lot of juice on it, and that slows down. It's hard to catch up and get a piece of it. She did get a piece of that one a little bit on the tip going to the backstop.
Yeah, but that's got to be a tough adjustment right there as you just dealt with the changeup, and then you got to try to recollect and know the heat's coming. So that makes it 0-2 with 1 out here. Blankenship stepping in. And that took a lot to lay off of that pitch. That'll make it a 1-2 count. Dean resetting now. She'll look for a strikeout here. And that one picked up out of the dirt on the hit. Trying to beat out the throw. She will not.
Good hustle, though.
Ooh.
Good hustle.
As that will be out number 2 of the inning. As Addison Dunleavy at second base was able to get the throw over in time. Now here comes Sienna Redmond, as she was able to get on base with a double last time, but a little bit different circumstances as she had a runner on to start the game. That one hitting just before home plate, so I'll make it a 1-0 count. As Avon Lake would love to see a 1-2-3 inning after going down 4-0 early on. Just a little low, says the umpire. Stepping back in, a 2-0 count here. Erin Dean will try to get a strike on the board, and they'll call that one.
Sienna got a double in the first inning. No, she'd love to get another one.
And try to keep this inning going here. 2-1 count. Dean pitching. That'll go towards the other batter's box. That's also another thing to keep an eye on is the pitch count, as Avon Lake, you know, you don't always get this with softball teams, but they have 3 different pitchers they've been comfortable using this year. That'll be a strike there. Full count. With 2 outs, nobody on, as the rain starts to pick up ever so slightly more here at Avon Lake High School. That one put into play, and it'll just get passed into the outfield. So we've got a single to keep this inning alive for Amherst. Her second hit of the game for Redmond. So So now coming back up to the plate, second time, Leah Sprague, as we are into the second part of the order. Got some dark clouds overhead. Aaron Dean puts that one in. And I believe they're going to say got a piece of the hitter there. So that'll be a walk. Now coming in, McKenna Dorbeck. She also doubled, as a lot of the Shore Gals were able to get extra base hits in the first inning. Swinging right away to the second base, and that'll be thrown out for out number 3, so no harm done for the Shore Gals, and we'll head to the bottom of the second inning. Back here to start the bottom of the second inning, hosting Avon Lake. Stepping in to bat is we've got as at the plate now is Aaron Dean, who was able to get out of a jam last inning. Did the pitcher for the Shore Gals. That's fouled right behind the plate. Heads up play by the catcher. That'll be the first out of the inning. As it's 4-0. And now the second baseman, Addison Dunleavy, will step in after a few nice plays in the field last inning. We'll see if that gives her some confidence moving forward here at the plate. Schuster lets that one in for a strike. So a 0-1 count here, 1 out. That one's popped up right along the first base line here, running in, catching, and getting the out there is Kayla Rhodes. 2 down. I just want to commend our entire crew out here, John Guzik, Chris Scheinman, as well as you, Nikki, and even a few fans that were able to help us out, too.
Extra hands always is a good thing.
As we're in our third game of coverage here in the baseball, softball season. First pitch will be fouled back that time by Brunner. Interesting thing for Isabel Brunner yesterday in a game, she was able to get her first home run of the season. So that way she, nice progression there in her freshman season. And that first one, it's always got to be a great feeling, and you're able to do it away from home in a ballpark you may not be as comfortable in. It's very impressive. So 0-2 count here, 2 out. Schuster looking to clean up the side, and strike 3. That'll be a quick inning there for the Lady Comets as they maintain a 4-0 lead. We'll take a quick break before coming back to the top of the third inning here on the Lorain County Sports Network. Returning here to the top of the third inning, as we've seen both pitchers adjust in that second inning and be able to get through rather quickly. We'll see what Amherst does here as they continue through the second part of their lineup. First pitch from Dean will be out of the zone and a ball. Aaron Dean's windup and low. That'll be ball two. A 2-0 count here. As on the season, Aaron Dean, as we mentioned, a part of our Miss Softball watch list, she's been a great hitter. She's made 12 appearances this season, and that one will go right to second base and be thrown out. And that's where she's found a bit of a groove. Maybe not getting strikeouts, but forcing some worse hits than we saw in the first inning, so to speak.
Let your defense work for you. That's a mindset that some pitchers have to adjust to, and they got to know that you want to put that ball into play. And some pitchers want to try to handle that job on their own. It's knowing the balance. Sometimes you just want to attack the batter and shut them down right there in the box. But you've got 8 other girls on the field that you need to utilize and trust.
She has the last few batters. That one will get right over second base, essentially, and there'll be a single that time for Limer. So Morgan Limer gets on base, and I believe that's the first base runner they've had since the first inning, as they were shut down there in the second. Still lead 4-0. So now stepping in is Kayla Rhodes, who plays at first base in the field. We've seen a couple nice plays out of her. First pitch in there for a ball. So 1-0 count with 1 out here in the top of the third. Aaron Dean ready as she'll wind up. Fouled off. Evens the count at 1-1. I also wonder how much after that first inning that Coach Webster was going to give for Dean to kind of settle in, figure things out. We may not even have to ask that question after how she's adjusted.
Yeah, she's definitely settled in. Some pitchers, that's what it takes. You got to kind of get the bugs out. You warm up before the game and you think that you're ready, but sometimes elements will dictate that.
As that pitch goes wide, so that'll be in stand-up and rounding of second steal for Limer.
But she has definitely adjusted. Just looking to keep the score at 4-0 for now, so she gives her team a chance to come back and do some damage in the bottom of the inning.
That one will get fished out, and it's going to be a throw from short over to first, and they're going to go for that double play at third. And the ball was delivered right to where the slide was. No sign yet from the ump. And they'll say out. So that'll be the third out of the inning. Coach Reichert trying to ask for an explanation. And we'll see what happens in between innings. But right now it'll remain 4-0, and we'll head to the bottom of the inning.
Well, hopefully the rain has stopped. But thank you, Chris. We appreciate that.
So you never know with Northeast Ohio. We'll reset here for the bottom of the third. Schuster stepping back in, as is Audrey Kunzelman for Avon Lake, fouling that one off. So that'll be an 0-1 count here early.
We were just talking off air about the last out from the top of the inning, and that was a close call. And Chris was trying to show us the replay. And we're like, well, we can find out what that call really was, and we could not because the pitcher was standing right where the plate was at.
As it looked like Coach Riker was asking for a consultation with the home plate umpire to see what their view was.
Yes.
But we're not able to get that. So it led to the third out. That one fouled behind the plate and out of play. So now it's 0-2 here for Kunzelman. The number 7 hitter in the lineup, as we'll see 7, 8, 9 at minimum here. That one hit over to the shortstop and out of their glove, and that's going to be a hustle single right there. We'll see if the scorer's sheet counts that as an error after the game, I suppose.
Yeah, it's always tough. It looks like a routine play, but if that ball turns or makes a bad bounce, it's hard to catch that. You get a little bit of rain on this dirt, sometimes it causes those bumps where it was graded and smooth before the game times.
So either way, they'll have a runner on here to open the inning. And coming up to bat now is Hannah Webster. She'll look to do some damage here. Cut it into this 4-0 deficit. That one a little bit high, and they've got, I see why. They did a little put-out pitch there just to try to keep Kunzelman on the base.
Yeah, you're going to start seeing a little bit more aggression from the coaches and the base runners. So the defense is definitely going to look for any opportunity to get that lead runner. Because as soon as she gets the sign, she'll be looking to steal second.
That swing
no, you're good.
Missing, and now we'll see a steal.
Goes.
That was a late start, and it leads to the out there. She's caught stealing. And we had I believe, strike. I believe it was at 2-2. Maybe it was a 2-1 count there, so that evens it up at 2-2 with one out here for Webster. Schuster has been off to a great start today, and that continues with strike 3. And what started with no outs, runner on first, it turned into 2 outs in a matter of 2 pitches. So Grace Kugler will now step in, number 9 hitter, and try to start a potential 2-out rally here in the third. That's close. We'll see if she went around. And they will say she swung, so that's strike 1. This pitch fouled right behind us, and it goes right along the line. And we talked about this pregame. As great as John is on the camera so far, there's not much he can do to get to that one. As not even any of the Lady Comets were able to find their way to get the out that time. So 0-2. 2 outs here. Kugler, good eye right there, and lets that one go past for ball 1. So now Schuster will reset here. And a quick timeout. As it looked like the note card and a wristband had to replace or get that off. So Kugler will step back in, fouls it off, keeps it alive. And that foul ball went right over the fence there towards the crowd.
Barely, yes. Oh. Those are the ones you fear as a spectator.
Got to be on your toes.
Because you think that you're behind a fence, you're okay, but.
Now Schuster will deliver. And we've got just a little low there. So
a little bit.
Staying alive here in this at-bat is Grace Kugler. 2-2 count, 2 outs. And that one's put into play over by the shortstop. Collects
there
and
she
throws.
goes.
And that time she'll bounce back and get the third out of the inning. So we'll head to the fourth. Amherst up 4-0 here on the Lorain County Sports Network. Back here at Avon Lake High School, and I just want to give a big shout out to a few of the people and organizations that have made this coverage possible this spring.
Oh, Spitzer Auto World in Amherst. Spitzer, our world revolves around you, so we want to thank them for being a part of our sports coverage of high school softball and baseball.
As it's we did a little bit of it last year, just kind of dabbled in it with the previous, but we've been able to go a little bit more of a full schedule, so to speak, here in the late part of April, early May, because we got a ball there to start the inning. Aaron Dean lets that one fly and evens the count back up. Also, Lang Optical in Elyria, where check them out, you'll see the difference. Brian Baker, a big thank you to him for supporting high school athletics and coverage of these athletes. Aaron Dean with the 1-1 count gets the batter to go low that time as it's Caserta swinging and missing. Makes it a 1-2 count.
We also want to thank Dovin and Reber Jones Funeral Home and Cremation Center, where families come together and remember.
And lastly, Great Lakes Honda West in Elyria, who have a lot of spring event sales happening right now. And speaking of an event, that one down the line and foul to right field. So almost stayed in play for Caserta, but Gloria Caserta sees that one go just foul. She's able to stay alive in this at bat. That's the more important part. They're making the contact as it remains 1-2. Now Dean's ready. She'll wind up, let that one go off speed, and it'll go to second base. And that'll be a fly out to start the fourth inning. Haley Cleaver coming to the plate next for Amherst. As the lefty steps in. Aaron Dean doing a good job navigating through this Comets lineup here as the game's gone on.
Nice
and
grab.
What a catch. Whew. As do we have a number on that? Who's responsible, Nikki?
That was Brianna Webster, shortstop.
She was able to, I thought for sure that was getting down into the outfield. But makes it
She made that adjustment going over to her right and just
makes it a quick second out. And that slowed down that time by Dean and causes the swing and miss from Blankenship as we're back at the top of the order for Amherst. As we'll see another one, that one almost hitting Blankenship as Brianna had to duck out of the way of that one. And I've always wondered this. It's a balance. Do you take that just to get on base, or
right.
do you want to keep the at-bat alive?
You don't really want to. In a situation like this, when you're up 4-0, probably not. Your best just to duck and get out of the way.
Try your best to maintain and get a hit.
Yes.
She'll step back in, 2-1 count here with 2 outs. No one on. Takes another one. As I'm sure this is the bat she uses throughout the season, but the pink bat lining up perfectly with Mother's Day weekend. I know in the MLB we will see pink bats all over the place Sunday.
Yes.
So she'll return to the plate. Full count, 2 outs. And that off-speed pitch low, and that'll be ball 4. Second time Blankenship has reached on a walk. So we'll see if Sienna Redmond can take advantage here and get a 2-out rally going on. And that's going to be a somewhat easy stolen base there, as the low pitch caused the catcher a little bit of a delay to get that one out. So 0-1 count, or check that 1-1 count, I believe. 2 outs. That one just out of the zone. There's Aaron Dean. After allowing 4 runs in the first inning, has really kept the runners off the base paths here as the game's gone on. This is the first threat we've seen in a few innings. This one will go foul and be caught in foul ball territory. It'll be the final out of the inning. Carmen McMinn making that catch. And the Shore Gals will try to create a rally here as we head to the bottom of the 4th on the Lorain County Sports Network. Back here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Avon Lake looking to make something happen here at the plate. Stepping in will be Webster. Brianna Webster made the outstanding play at shortstop in the top half of the inning. She's been able to reach on an infield single so far. One-0 count here. Schuster will lay that one in there, and ump says just a bit low. And that's really impressed me so far. Karina Schuster, no matter what has happened in these counts, she's able to get her control back in an instant, as that'll be hit shy left field, and we'll see a fly out there for Webster. So 1 out now for Schuster and the Lady Comets. And stepping in will be Mary Sue Sitima. She also was able to get contact the last time she was up, but it ended up being a fly out. Here goes Schuster with the pitch, swing and a miss.
Cleaver's on her toes out there in left field. She had to come in quite a bit to get that last out. You not knowing the grass conditions can be a little slippery out there for these ladies.
Yeah, and considering all the rain we've had this week as well as this morning, the field does look in solid condition. But like you said, we've had a little bit of rain here this afternoon and cause you a slide, especially if the grass is a little on the taller side.
Yep.
That's another ball there, so 2-1 with 1 out here. It's Avon Lake. They've gone 1, 2, 3 in each of the innings so far, so they're trying to extend these at-bats and get some runners on to affect Schuster, but now that evens the count up at 2-2.
That's one of those pitches I couldn't let go. That was a beautiful pitch right in there.
Another one, and that's tough to resist. And
it is.
It's a good thing she did.
Yes. Full count.
Wow. Now we'll see catcher receive some instructions from the dugout. Schuster's pitch in, and it's going to get down for a single. At minimum, we'll see. She rounds first, but they're going to keep her at first. But with 1 out, Avon Lake now has a runner aboard. As Carmen McMinn will now step in. Look to build off of Mary Sue Satima's single to open the 4th inning. the bottom of the fourth. That one, good contact there, just a bit early on that swing, goes foul. And even though a play like that goes foul, just to see some contact after how this game has started, it's got to go a long way.
Absolutely. So you know that she's going to be playing a little bit more to her, closer to the foul line, just to cover that area. Is there a little bit of shift? But these girls on this side of the field will stay here to keep number 9 at first and be ready for a steal.
As we'll see the count, even 1-1 here with 1 out. Pitches in, and she tried to check her swing. Either way, it looked like that was going to be called a strike. So that'll make it a 1-2 count. Schuster resets. Over at first is Satima. We'll see low pitch that time, so it makes it 2-2. And Schuster, in this matchup, keeping the shutout for the moment, as we've got a foul ball going down the first base, not even down the first base line, a couple feet maybe. We'll see the out there. So now we're up to 2 outs, and Aaron Dean will step to the plate. In a situation like this, I don't think you could ask for anybody else or that you'd want to, as she's had 3 home runs this season. Really could use the top of bat right here.
Oh, yes.
And not only that, she's also contributed a number of doubles and is 3rd on the team with runs batted in. We'll see if she can add any of those here. She waited on that one, and they'll call it a ball. It looks like we're seeing some signaling there. The Lady Comets catcher. At first I thought she was asking about that call, but this early in the bat, what keeps it 1-1. That one put into play, but it's right back to Schuster. She'll go for the quick out there to first, and that's out number 3. So Comets get out of that inning unscathed, and we'll head to the 5th. Amherst up 4-0. Coming back now in the top of the 5th, and we have seen a bit of a pitcher's duel, which is what we kind of expected coming in since the first inning ended.
For sure, we knew that, and I'm not sure that the Shore Gals really wanted to start off the game. That first inning was a little tricky. I'm sure they would probably like to redo on that, seeing as how they were able to keep the Lady Comets from scoring anymore since then. But they're going to do their best to do the same thing here in this inning and then see what kind of rally they can create at the bottom.
Morgan Limer is at the plate here for Amherst, number 8 hitter. So Aaron Dean is off to a nice start, 0-2 count she's working with right now. And gets a nice swing and a miss. She put that one out of the zone purposefully. We've seen her do that often, but sometimes the Comets have been able to lay off. Not that time.
Not that time, no. She got her full swing on that.
So now 1 out. And stepping in is Dorbeck. And check that. I got misread there, so I thought that was a 16. That was the 18 of Leah Sprague striking out. So now stepping in is Dorbeck. So we're a little earlier in the lineup than I remembered from last inning. So 1-0 count with 1 out here for Dean. Lets the pitch go. Just out of the zone. Is Dorbeck able to lay off of that one? Dorbeck, she's been a standout player for the last several seasons at the varsity level here for the Comets. And she'll get that one to shortstop, and nice throw. Just barely beating out the runner Dorbeck that time are the Shore Gals. 2 quick outs here. So Corinna Schuster will come to the plate as she has made her largest impact today on the mound. We'll see if she can going at the plate here. She was able to get a sacrifice hit in the first inning to help extend their lead to 4-0 early on. And as we mentioned, nothing since, as Dean has really been able to lock in and figure out this Comets lineup. So 1-1 count, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. And that'll be a low pitch that time, but Erin Dean's progress throughout the game kind of matches what Coach Webster talked about before the game with us. And she's been able to pick up her play as games go on, and that way she's been able to absorb over 42 innings pitched this season. That's a low one there, so that'll make it 3-1. Here during her senior campaign on the mound, coming in, she had 44 strikeouts. And she is, like we said, played a lot of ball here for the Shore Gals. She is one of 2 pitchers over 40 innings for them this season. That one's going to be foul. Check that. That'll stay in play. So a single there for Schuster.
Hugging that line right there.
It went out of our vantage point there for
yes.
a good moment. As it just lifted above the level of our tent here. So up next, now Morgan Limer.
There we go.
Come to the plate. 2 outs. As that one will get past everybody, and that'll send Schuster to second. For a jogging steal. As Coach Rozzatano and Lacey Reichert deliver instructions how to handle this 2-out situation. Erin Dean ready. Here's the windup and pitch. Swing and a miss. So that makes it 1-1 count there. As Limer steps back in, she's ready. This is Dean, and they got to stay on their toes now as Schuster almost went halfway down the line that time. We'll see if she takes a lead off here. As Dean is ready. The pitch, just a bit outside. That makes it 3-1. And before the last 2 batters, she'd been able to avoid these drawn out counts, but now they may start to catch up to her.
She may even be looking for a changeup.
And that'll be just a bit high.
Ball 4.
Yeah, like you said, the last 2 batters, we haven't seen that changeup come into play, and that had been a comfort spot for her.
Yeah, she was really feeling comfortable using that because she was getting them to chase that ball and in some cases get that 3rd strike. But now she seems to have switched and kind of sped up her pitch.
So now it'll be Kayla Rhodes in there.
Quick visit to the mound.
And we'll see as Coach Webster brings in the entire infield. We'll see what they have in store here, if they will keep Dean on the mound.
We can take this moment to remind everyone watching today's broadcast on our YouTube stream. To catch our next game, which will be tomorrow, we'll be covering men's baseball.
That's right. We're going to head a bit south of here, a little closer to the Radio Ranch in Oberlin, but we'll be covering Firelands baseball hosting Rocky River, as that's a noon pitch. And I saw there was a little bit of rain maybe early in the day before the sun even comes up.
Okay.
So we're hoping that either that doesn't happen or it just cuts off by sunrise, and then any other projected rain just hold off until the early afternoon, as we'll get to see a pair of teams that are floating right around 500 right now.
You can almost feel the temperature has started to drop just a bit since the first inning when we first got here, even just setting up.
I was going to ask if the Goosebumps gave it away. I did not bring my hoodie. I only prepared for rain. As I believe we are going to have a pitching change here. So they'll relieve Aaron Dean.
Looks like number 99, right fielder, Grace Kugler, will be taking the mound.
So she'll get some warm-ups in, and take a quick look at the conference standings. As yesterday, Amherst dropped a crucial one against North Ridgeville, and now they sit at 8-4 in conference play. If they were able to win that one, and today they would have been set up to have that game with Olmsted Falls up next, meaning a lot more for the conference title, but looks like Berea, Mid-Park, and Midview will be battling for that title.
All right, looks like she's ready to go. Runner on first and second. The count 1-0.
2 outs here, so they're just looking for a way to get out of the inning here without any damage being applied. 2-0 here. Kugler steps back in as she faces Kayla Rhodes. That one low and pass, so both runners will move up a spot each. Now we've got 2 runners in scoring position for the Lady Comets. The 2 outs, we'll see how aggressive they get here. If there were to be another pitch like that, would they send Schuster to the plate? We'll find out. That one took a bit off, and we'll find out right here. Running in is going to be Schuster, and she's able to get in. Standing up, ball going past Kugler, and that'll drive in the second run there, Limer. Just a bad break right there for the Shore Gals. So with 2 outs and nobody on, Amherst able to recover here and find a way to get a couple more runs on the board. Now they lead 6-0. I don't know if you necessarily call it a 2-out rally when you're already leading, you know?
Right, a pinch runner. Number 8 will come in for the Comets.
Now setting up will be Caserta in the batter's box. That pitch just a bit wide, so make it a 1-0 count here for Kugler. Now Kugler will reset, 1-1 count.
Samantha Perch, sophomore, is the one who came in to pinch run.
She gets her first chance off of the bench out of the dugout here this afternoon. This pitch is hit right along the line, and it's going to go just beyond the fence. As it did look like for a moment that Satima was going to have a chance at it, but one of the fans almost ended up catching it instead when it was out of her reach. And that may allow for a nice reset here for Kugler, as she does have a 1-2 count that she's working with. So we'll see if Gloria Caserta can get out of a pinch right here, facing a 1-2 count. Off speed, in there, and that'll be called for another strike.
That's a beautiful pitch.
The scoreboard has that as strike 3. And that will be the end of the inning. So it looked like the rest of the field took a second to catch with that. But Amherst able to add a couple of insurance runs there to make it 6-0 as we head to the bottom of the 5th next here on the Lorain County Sports Network.
We are back at Avon Lake High School.
Bit of a wide pitch there for Schuster as he's back on the mound looking for a complete game and victory here.
Brianna Blankenship looking at ball 1.
As that one's hit in line right to second base.
Oh.
McKenna Dorabek with a heads-up play, getting out number 1. And for Schuster, she's looking for victory number 12 on the season. She's also got 4 shutouts coming into this one, so she could make it 5 if she's able to finish strong here. That one a quick hit out to right field and not able to get under it. Collecting it quickly, so we'll see if she ends up with the double or anything more. It'll be a stand-up double.
That's a good way to start.
For Isabel Brunner.
Get the rally going. That's what these girls want to see. That's what they want to hear, the cheering.
Get some energy there from the dugout.
That's it.
So with 1 out, they now have a runner on second. Coming to the plate, it will be Audrey Kunzelman, who got an infield single last time she was at the plate in the 3rd inning. Foul off. So I'll make it 0-1 count here. And if you're Schuster, you've been going pretty smooth there for a while without much threat. How aggressive would you be bouncing back from a double like that?
She's going to keep attacking the batter. She's going to stay right there.
And she tried to. There's that throw from center field. Not in time. Good catch and a heads-up play to get back that time. Almost a collision with the cleat there.
Yeah, that was a rough slide coming back to try to save from getting the double play. It looks like maybe the base got underneath her helmet. But she's up and ready to run when ready.
Yeah, it almost looked like Coach Webster gave a thumbs up and she nodded, I'm good. So
yep.
Brunner will stay on second, and that'll be strike 1 with 2 outs here. As Hannah Webster is in the batter's box here. Schuster moving in a hurry here, takes some speed off of that one. And it looked like the catcher and her may have wanted to try to catch the runner sleeping. That one in there for strike 2, but it will go out of the mitt, so we're going to see Brunner move up that time. So it'll be a 1-2 count, 2 outs, and a runner on third here for the Shore Gals. Hannah Webster will attempt to keep them in this game here, but that swing and a miss. Karina Schuster once again ends an inning with a strikeout, as she's been on a tear today. 6-0 Lady Comets as we head to the 6th inning here on the Lorain County Sports Network.
Great plays and great pitching that last inning, or top of the last inning, I should say. Bottom.
As we head into the 6th inning here, and Amherst was able to get a couple runs on the board in a 2-out situation last time around. Haley Cleaver will step back into batter's box this time.
Here we go.
All those few lefties we talked about. Swinging and missing at Kugler's first pitch. And that'll be an interesting thing to see as this game continues on, is not the rest of the lineup has seen this pitcher yet for the Lady Comets.
Right.
See if they have a chance, how many chances they get to adjust before the end of this game. That one in, a little too tall, ball 1.
She wanted a piece of that first pitch, but then she kind of knew to just relax and kind of wait. Like you said, she hasn't seen this pitcher yet.
So Haley will put that one to the right side of the infield, and running under it for the out there is Dunleavy. So first one down here in the top of the 6th. And that'll bring us back to the top of the order. And Brianna Blankenship, who has reached base twice with a pair of walks today. She's been very patient. That same philosophy we were just talking about will certainly apply here. We'll see how passive or aggressive she is with these pitches. Slowing that one down. Coach Rossitano right next to us approving of that from his hitter. That'll be ball 1. So now Blankenship will step back in. Kugler's ready. We'll see that one go high and past the catcher. As for Blankenship, it really is a continuation this season for her with her on-base percentage up over 425. So very patient hitter throughout the season.
I was just going to say, she's very smart in the box there, waiting for her pitch.
You can hear the dugout even encouraging, wait for your pitch.
Right.
She hasn't necessarily seen one that she wants to hit yet, but they don't mind that at all as they get players on base.
Another one getting past her, going all the way back to the back of the dugout.
So that makes it a 3-1 count here. We'll see if she can secure her 3rd time on base, or if Kugler can bounce back and get it to a full count. Both are ready. Waiting on deck is Sienna Redmond, and that one's fouled off towards Shore Gals' dugout. So we'll reset here with a full count and 1 out here in the top of the 6th.
She almost hesitated like she didn't want to swing, but then changed her mind at the last minute.
You almost would think that would be safe for the full count pitch to protect the plate. We'll see what she's got here. Line up, and that's hit just to the edge of the infield and caught for out number 2 by Brianna Webster. That'll bring Redmond back to the plate. She's got a couple of hits here this afternoon. And has been driven in and has been able to score some runs too to help contribute to this 6-0 score we have right now. Kugler steps in, she's ready. A little bit off of that one. Just came out of the hand a little bit awkwardly. So 1-0 count. I gotta give a lot of credit to both teams for being able to hang in through the early rain and what has now become very cold weather with this wind picking up.
That will change how the ball feels in your hand too when you go to release and your grip. Just like with a baseball, obviously the softball is a little bit bigger, but as you just seen with her changeup, she lost the release there a little too soon where that ball dropped before it even hit home plate.
So we got a strike right there. As Redmond left looking at that one, so 2-1, and I think she got hit by that pitch, and that's going to hurt to begin with, let alone in these frigid temperatures. So now they'll get on base. Amherst will get a runner on base here. And, the last time in the last inning, and when they had 2 outs, they were able to get a runner on, and that led to a couple more. So we'll see if they can do that again.
Leah has definitely done her job.
We're seeing bunt pulling back, and then that's leading to the steal there.
Yep.
Go a little offline, but a good job to get in front of it that time.
Coach definitely wants to add a couple more runs onto that score. So he's still going to play aggressive with the girls.
As Leah Sprague will reset. As we'll see if she shows bunt now that there's a runner in scoring position. That one off speed, bounces in, and it almost looked like, we could have a rundown situation here as we're going to go back and forth. Back to the second base, then up to third. We'll see, does Redmond have an air to somehow survive this? She's heading back to third. And the pitcher waiting, ball offline, and she'll steal the base successfully after all that. As she was halfway down the line. Heads up play by the catcher there to force that, but.
Yes, definitely.
Just impressive base running.
Sometimes you don't always win in those back and forth. But
I would say the odds are more so against you in most of those situations.
Yep.
But maybe having your head coach right there waiting for you gets a little more pressure, because if you don't, you might hear about it in the dugout.
Yep.
So 2-0 count here, 2 outs that would have been the final out, and then we'll have a
hit by pitch again.
And I almost didn't realize, because there was almost no reaction from Sprague that time, despite it hitting right on the leg.
Yep. You almost brace for it. If you see it coming, no, you can't get out of the way. Sometimes you just have to brace for it and then hope that it doesn't hurt as bad as it will later.
Yeah.
Runners on the corners.
With 2 outs, like we said last inning, Amherst was able to get a couple of runs out of a spot like that. They'll throw to second. No, pitcher will catch it. Another rundown.
Another rundown. That's exactly what they wanted. Just to kind of test to see. They want to get her over to second. So they're going to let that third base runner go down the line a little bit, see where they're going to throw. In the meantime, she was able to take second. Now you got second and third, 2 outs.
And good job by Kugler, stay ready and catch that so it didn't end up at second, because otherwise probably would have been a 7th
Draw
run.
the attention.
So we got hit over to shortstop. Low throw, but scooped out of the dirt. Great adjustment that time. Now the out number 3, Carmen McMinn securing that. So we'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Avon Lake will try to get back into this 6-0 deficit here on the Lorain County Sports Network. Bottom of the 6th inning as the hosting Shore Gals will look to begin a comeback here. Grace Kugler stepping in at the plate after helping finish off the Comets in the top of the 6th. And she'll swing and miss on that first one from Schuster, who it does appear she'll go the distance here in this game. So 0-1 count. Schuster in the windup. Check swing there, and we'll say she did not go. So
no, she did not.
Teams up the count.
She wanted to, but that ball started to rise just as it was coming over the plate, so she knew to hold back.
Another one, but that's in the zone, so that'll be good for strike 2. And yeah, Schuster, just no matter how the first pitch goes, she always finds her way back to seem to be ahead in the count. 1-2 pitch. Just a bit outside that time. As don't want to look too far ahead out of the game yet. But the swing and the miss, strike 3 for Schuster will get the first out of the inning. Amherst will get right back to it tomorrow with a pair of games. So the way we've interpreted it is maybe a bit of a double header
Possible,
at a neutral
yes.
site as they'll play Central Crossing with expected 11 a.m. first pitch and Circleville at 1 tomorrow. And then after that, they'll have 2 more games, including a conference one against Homestead Falls. As they'll look to finish the season strong heading into postseason play. An off-speed pitch, just a little bit outside, so we'll see an 0-1 count here with 1 out. So the 1-1 pitch here. As that one goes by, no swing, so we got 2-1. Schuster facing Brianna Webster for the 3rd time. That one's going to be a swing and a miss.
Yeah, she had a nice wind up there. She wanted to take that the distance on that one, but unfortunately her pitch was just a little bit faster.
As Schuster's been able to get them to chase a few of these.
Oh, yes.
Because she throws so many strikes
Just
like that.
that one right there. Wow.
Read my mind as that's
Yes.
strike 3. Second out of the inning here in the bottom of the 6th. So up next, that'll bring Mary Sue Satima to the plate. She has one of the few hits this afternoon with a single the last time up in the 4th.
Change up there. A little inside, ball 1.
Now stepping back in, Schuster ready to go. Delivering that one.
Strike.
Ooh. She's really working every part of that strike zone.
She definitely does cover the corners and everything in between.
So the 1-1 pitch, and that's launched into right center, and that's going to get down for a hit right at the fence line as she'll head into second
2.
base.
She's digging for 3.
We'll see if the relay throw is in time. It would have been, but the ball comes out of the mitt, and that is a triple that time by Mary Sue Satima.
That's one way to start a rally. 2 outs.
Now coming to the plate, Carmen McMinn. She was able to get it into the outfield, but it went for a fly out last time around. We'll see what she's got here. 2 outs. Pitch a little bit low that time. So we'll reset 1-0 count to start this at bat. And it's been very difficult for these Avon Lake hitters to extend counts, and for reasons like that, they give you hittable pitches, you're going to take them, as that'll be out number 3, and it will keep this a shutout ball game here at Avon Lake High School. Lady Comets up 6-0 as we head to the final inning of play. Back here in the 7th inning, as we'll see Amherst come to bat here, likely for the final time. It's going to be Schuster up first. They'll call a strike. It's tough to tell with where the ball ended up, but it was right in the strike zone there. Just made it. Or no, check that. It'll say a ball. Do my best to try to read the. I should have the signals down by now this far into the game. We'll see the reset in. Pitch goes just wide. So a 1-1 count now, as Grace Kugler has done a solid job in relief here. That one just high, and being as great of a pitcher as she is, it's got to be a lot easier for somebody like Schuster to read the strike zone in spots like this.
It is. It's also a tougher position when you're coming in as a relief pitcher, because she's only had 2 innings to really warm up, or an inning and a half to warm up, unlike
Schuster's been out there to find a lot of consistency, and also, to your point, Kugler still having to be a hitter, as we saw last inning. That one will escape the infield there, and Schuster will get it down. And almost thought about trying to dig out a double, but
right over the head of our shortstop. But not without effort. I saw her come off that ground, just try to snag and stop that, but
that was off the bat way too fast.
Way too fast.
So Schuster gets back on base once again. She was able to get a single back in the 5th inning and eventually score. She's been one to steal, and right there, we'll see it fouled off. I think that'll go even back behind us in the dugout. So 0-1 count, no outs. Schuster on first, and at the plate is Morgan Leimer. She was able to draw a walk her last time at the plate, and this time she's going to put that one in left field and goes, that'll stay fair. Or no, check that. I think I looked at the base coach first. Coach Riker trying to send Schuster to home.
Max, we got to watch the umps first. I know.
Keep the eyes moving over left, so that'll be just foul.
Just foul. But that just means that she will move just a little bit over, just in case that ball decides to.
Oh, you're right. She is probably maybe a couple yards from that.
Yeah, she'll make the adjustment because she's hit there a few times today.
That one rolls to the catch, so we'll see a 1-2 count. Kugler looks to get her first out of the inning here. Amherst currently holding a 6-0 lead, and it looked like she was going no matter what as Schuster has to retreat back. And we'll see a pop out that time over to the shortstop, Webster. So that'll give us the first out of the inning here.
Kayla Rhodes
stepping in. Razzatano giving some advice there to Schuster as she'll set up. And we've got a hit straight to center field, and that's going to hit the fence. And quickly trying to get that back into the relay, and that'll get past her even. So Schuster's going to come around to score, and a stand-up double that time for Kayla Rhodes.
It was a good hustle getting the ball back in, but it went over as she was throwing the ball back in. It went over her cutoff's head. So the ball kind of got away, and she was able to advance to second.
And that's Schuster's second run of the game. So not only has she pitched a shutout, but she's scored 2 of the 7 runs here today. This one going to hit straight up in the air to second base, out number 2. Here in the top of the 7th. As right there, Caserta heads back to the dugout, and it'll keep Rhodes on second. Now here comes Cleaver as she steps in. Kugler ready, she'll wind and pitch, and we've got a bunt. We'll see. Third baseman able to grab it, and it's off the glove.
Off the glove.
It's right in front of us, and that's going to score Kayla Rhodes with the heads-up base running. We've seen a couple just tough breaks here this afternoon for the defense of Avon Lake, and that'll keep this inning going. So we've got 8-0 advantage here, as that's the second run of the 7th inning. That one in there, launched to left field. That's going to be close to the foul pole, and it goes just outside the fence line. So we'll reset here. As Brianna Blankenship, she was thinking she might have had a homer that time.
For a brief moment, I kind of thought she did too, the way that that ball was drifting, but then it ended up just going over that fence.
As she's got one home run this year already. She was ecstatic about adding one there. Now off-speed pitch in there. We're going to see the steal attempt, and it gets past everybody in the infield. A good heads-up play that time out there in the outfield. As it looked like Aaron Dean.
Yep.
Who moved out of her starting pitching spot out there. Heading the game that time to limit the steal just a second. So Blankenship will reset 1-1 count here, 2 outs. That one just a bit inside, so it'll be a 2-1 here for Kugler. Resetting on the right side of the plate here. As we've seen a lot of productivity getting on base from Blankenship today, and with a handful of walks. So now 3-1 pitch, off speed, and that'll send her to first for the third walk of the game drawn by Brianna Blankenship. We've got runners on first and second now for Sienna Redman, who I believe has reached base every time she has stepped in. 2 outs remain for Kugler and the Shore Gals. This pitch, a little bit high, but
Runner's dancing a little bit down the line, kind of maybe waiting to see what happens, ready to run. With 2 outs, you're running on everything and anything.
That's why we may be seeing a few of those higher pitches to help the catcher get up quickly and try to throw somebody out. That one in there for a strike, evens it up at a 1-1 count. Kugler awaits as the catcher will see her get her instructions here from the dugout. The wind and the pitch.
Strike.
So now 1-2 with 2 outs. See if Kugler can finish off the inning here. The wind, the pitch. Off speed, and she bit on it, but she's going to foul it out of play, and looks like Redmond will keep the at-bat alive. She's already found herself getting a double, a single, and a walk here in 3 plate appearances. 2 for 2 stat line. That one low, and it's going to prompt the runners to move. It's now got a pair of Comets in scoring position. 2-2 count here. As the advantage, gotta imagine, still lies with Kugler with the count in her favor. Even. Now this is where the pressure comes in from both sides. Full count, 2 outs, and a pair of runners on. Already 2 runs scored this inning for Amherst. The attempt to add to those numbers. And this one could do it as it's getting out to right center, and it's going to get past. That's going to score 2 runs. We're going to see her attempt to go for 3, and that'll be a standing triple for Sienna Redmond as she drove in 2 more runs to make it 10-0. I think that's been among the most impressive part to me is how they've been able to do it consistently throughout the game. There was a little bit of a patch where they weren't able to produce any runs, but 2 of the last 3 innings have seen them get runs on the board.
And that all comes from Dean when she finally settled in.
And that wild pitch will get past and then score Redmond. So
yes.
get another run here in this 7th inning.
second, third, and fourth inning is when Dean started settling in a little bit. She's able to hold them to no runs, but then they had that pitching change, feeling maybe that her pitch count was getting a little too high, and then just bringing in Kugler to finish the game.
As she visits with Brianna Webster there. And a little pep talk before facing this batter, so 2-0 count as Leo Sprague steps back in. Now just a bit out of the strike zone. So it'll be a 3-0 count here. And Sprague has drawn a walk as well off of Kugler today, so these Amherst hitters have done a good job seeing the pitches in. 3-0 pitch. That one swung on, hit.
That's a strong hit into the woods.
As,
Foul into the woods.
As we were walking into there, we were wondering how much that fence line protects that. And can't do much with a
hit
moonshot.
like that, yeah. That ball's gone.
That gets a strike added to this count here for Kugler. 3-1 with 2 outs. No runners on. Line up, pitch. And she'll take her base. Little Sprague. Her second straight inning. Getting on via a walk. It's now be McKenna Dorbeck. Turning to the plate. And she's made contact every time she's been up. She's 1 for 3 today. She got on base with a double in the first inning, part of that 4-0 run. More contact on that one as that heads towards right field, and it'll go foul. Receiving encouragement from some of the crowd and Rossitano at first base. She'll step back into the batter's box. 0-1 count. Pitch going. A little bit high there. Will be a first ball. And the aggression on the base paths remains as a substantial leadoff from Sprague that last pitch. 1-1 low, but good job corralling that one, and that'll keep the runner at first. So 2-1 count now. As Avon Lake, they will also have a bit of a quick turnaround coming up and a little bit high, and we'll get a pitch out to first back in time. As coming up on Monday, they're going to hit the road and take on Padua Franciscan. So this will be the last game in conference play here for Avon Lake. Wind up. And that'll go right to the shortstop, Brianna Webster, as she gets that one in. And that will end the inning. So we'll head to the bottom of the 7th with the Shore Gals coming to bat here on the Lorain County Sports Network. Bottom of the 7th, Avon Lake coming to bat here.
Hoping for one last shot of trying to at least get a couple of runs, if not maybe make a run for something.
And that'll be big heading into their next game, as we are
Absolutely.
also close to the playoffs here and postseason play in the spring. Even though, like we said, may not feel like
It doesn't.
now even I am officially cold. I've been able to weather it out a little bit, but it's a chilly one here in Avon Lake. 1-1 count here for Schuster. She goes for a complete game. That one in there for
strike.
So 1-2 with looking to get their first out of the inning. Aaron Dean at the plate here. She steps in. That one's a bit
Nice rise.
high out of the strike zone. So they'll each reset here. The wind-up pitch.
She tried pulling that back in to get the call, but just a little bit out.
So we got a full count on our hands here as the Avon Lake dugout eagerly awaits this pitch. Schuster lets it go and uses the speed of that fastball to get it past Dean for out number 1. So we are in the bottom of the 7th as Amherst has slowly but steadily built this lead as the game has gone on. Schuster gets that one in there for the strike. 4-0 was the score after inning number 1. It stayed that way until the 5th. That's when Amherst was able to get a 2-out, 2-run single. So that pitch is a bit wide. And that put them up 6-0 in the 5th. And then finally in the 7th, they were able to get a number of runs on with some errors, some rundowns, and able to build this 11-0 advantage. That is in there for a strike. So 1-2. Karina Schuster ready to go. She gets that one in there, and that's going to be hit over to the left field line and running under it and grabbing it there for the out. So that'll make it 2 outs here, and Amherst just 1 out away.
Cleaver with another great catch out there.
As you know, that left field line has been very active for both teams today.
Yes, it has.
I'd say outside of some of the infielders, the left fielders have been the most active. So swing and a miss there for Isabel Brunner. Has a double today. Schuster with the pitch. A little bit low.
I think we've seen, 3 bunts maybe all day?
Or at least setting up to. Right?
Setting up, yeah. Not a whole lot of small ball today.
That pitch getting past Brunner, and that'll be strike 2. So 1-2 count here, 2 outs. Schuster looking to finish off this complete game performance. And we'll stay alive here. Well, Brunner is it's about 10 yards behind us.
Yes.
Out of play and foul. As I think we look to find a new softball. Yes, that was a little too far to get it right back into the field of play.
Although I don't think they would want that one anyhow. I think it landed right in the middle of the one mud pit in that field.
Schuster ready. She'll pitch that one in, and strike 3 as she finishes off a gem of a pitching performance. And that'll wrap up the game 11-0 Amherst. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll wrap up, give you some stats and the breakdown, and talk to our player of the game and head coach Lacey Riker when we come back here on the Lorain County Sports Network. back here in the post game on the Lorain County Sports Network, joined by Coach Lacey Reichert. Coach, big win today and a big bounce back effort from your team. What did you notice that led to that this afternoon?
Well, when you hit, good things happen, and we didn't do that yesterday. And we came out and put 4 on the board early today, and that proved enough for Schuster. But yeah, I mean, when you don't score yesterday, you're eager to get back to it and put some runs on the board and string some hits together in big innings, and we were able to do that today.
And what we noticed, there were a lot of hits with 2 outs and able to drive in a few runs. How satisfying is that as a coach?
So you know what? What's funny is we've been a really good 2-out hitting team. There's 2 outs on the board doesn't mean that third's going to come easy. And we've done that all year, so that wasn't too surprising today. But
well, and then we know heading forward into tomorrow, you have a pretty quick turnaround with some matchups. How do you, digest this and then turn around?
Yeah, no,
we're
this one's over. We're gonna go home, get some sleep, get some dinner, and bus is pulling out tomorrow at 7:45 for a 2-hour and 15-minute ride down to Grove City, where we're playing Central Crossing and Circleville, which will be nice. Get down there, play some teams you don't hear about a ton up here in Northeast Ohio, teams you don't see, obviously up here in Northeast Ohio. We're expecting good things from our girls. We'll get down there, get loose, and give everything we got.
Yeah, and
keep the winning going.
And that's something you've been able to do down the stretch. Heading into postseason, what are some things you want to focus on and see the team maybe take a step forward in that you like to
Heading
see?
into postseason, you got to be playing your best every day. I know yesterday we didn't hit, so we can't say that was our best effort. Today we hit. Hopefully tomorrow we hit for a couple games. And tournament ball too. You've got to do the little things. Get bunts down. Execute when you have opportunities. Take an extra base. Take advantage of an error. And those are things that we need to continue to do. We've been doing a pretty decent job of doing the little things, and we got to keep cheering each other on and being each other's biggest fan, because our chemistry's good right now, and that can carry a team a long way as well.
Well, it certainly came forward today, so we really appreciate your time, and congrats on the win.
Thank you. Thanks for being here, guys. Thank you.
Absolutely. Our pleasure.
It.
As we get into wrapping up our post-game coverage here. And we hope to be joined by Corinna in a moment, as we do have the rain, so we can bring her around under the tent to get her out of
We're going to bring her over here. we left the coach out in the rain. We feel bad. But we're going to bring Lacey Schuster over here.
Karina Schuster.
Or Karina, I'm sorry.
Under the tent. You had quite the outing today, and it wasn't in ideal temperature or circumstances. How were you and your team able to adjust to that and come up with the win?
I think getting ahead first kind of helped, and then it kind of calmed us down, and we were confident that we were going to keep the lead for the game.
And we just talked with Coach about it, but your guys' base hitting ability when there were 2 outs was very impressive. I mean, what is that like for you in the dugout when you guys are able to pull that off, that kind of momentum?
It makes us really excited, I would say. There's 2 outs, and the next hitter, we're confident that she's going to get a base hit. So.
And the extra bases and taking advantage of some of the mistakes was very impressive. And on the mound, you've been dominant. It feels like your whole career going into the postseason and seeing new teams. How do you kind of adjust and adapt to that?
I would just say I stay confident, and I know how to pitch. It's not like I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm confident in myself and my team, and yeah.
Well, and you're going to be our player of the game today, so we've got a bat for you to sign, and that's your name in history there. And with the rain getting a little worse, we'll make sure you get out of here on a time. So thank you so much, and congrats on the win.
Thank you.
As that's going to just about do it here for our coverage on the Lorain County Sports Network. Once again, Amherst winners 11-0 here from Avon Lake. Like we said earlier in the broadcast, we hope to be coming to you tomorrow from Firelands High School for a baseball matchup, weather permitting, of course. So thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay following along not only here but on our social media for more updates about high school and baseball, softball coverage in the county. Have a great rest of your day and a great weekend.